Okay, so good afternoon. I'm Keris Rees, and I'm here today for our research proposal along with Ray Morgan. And I'm going to give a hi, Ray.
Hi.
And also we've got Ricky Raybould here. Ricky, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself briefly?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Ricky. I qualified as a personal trainer now 4 years ago. And I work self-employed, running my own business in Newport, running a sports massage and personal training services business. Generally working with particularly busy people who are looking to, get in good shape and improve their energy levels, fix up injuries and all that kind of stuff.
Fantastic. So we just got a few questions for you, Ricky. So just 5 in total. It'd be great to just hear your experience. So the first one is, how prepared did you feel for industry after you qualified as a personal trainer?
I think you maybe initially leave and think that you're maybe more prepared than what you actually think, and then you go out into the industry and you start working with people who, I think, because when you're in college, you're used to practicing on people who are they know what they're talking about. They're working alongside you in a sense. Whereas obviously a client who's out there, they're completely new. They don't know what they're doing. So they can't give you that little nudge of if something, not going your way or whatever. That client doesn't know what's going on. So that, I think, was definitely something which was a surprise, I guess you could say. And it's just learning how to deal with new people. I think I probably wasn't prepared for that after the college course. The knowledge was there, it just wasn't applied at that point. And I guess really the only way I knew I was going to get better at it was by actually applying it and just learning on the job and from mistakes really as well. Learning from mistakes is always a big one.
Brilliant.
Good.
Lovely. And then the second questions we've got is, what qualities as a personal trainer do you feel could have been covered in more depth to fully prepare people for industry?
So I think there's two things. I think number one is a little bit of like the psychology of coaching people and understanding how, there's so many different ways of coaching people, and you've got to understand that based on the person's personality, what their background's like, and all that kind of stuff really. So understanding that, the psychology of what makes that person click, and that's going to be specific to every person. And then probably more of like the nutrition side of things as well. So again, we were taught nutrition, but then not necessarily how to coach the nutrition, I guess you could say. So again, that I think is a great one to sort of really go into, because I think it is really beneficial to be able to, I know obviously there's a level of what sort of nutrition you're allowed to coach, but maybe looking at getting that to the high standard so that you can do as best you possibly can with the advice you give.
And then, sorry, just going back to that psychology bit you said as well. So you mean in terms of everyone you see is different, and is kind of incorporating and changing maybe the way you give results to one person different to another? Is that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Even and that comes from, in terms of teaching someone, in terms of motivating someone, everyone's going to have different styles. And obviously I know like every trainer is going to have a slightly different personality, and they're going to go towards one way or another. But at the end of the day, you have to, in my opinion, adapt a little bit to suit someone's needs, so that they can get the best out of the personal training service that they're getting from you.
That's great, Ricky. Thank you. So in terms of health-related tests, it's kind of tracking your mind back a little bit now, Ricky, in terms of your personal training qualification. So we're talking now about actually administering the test, then actually then separately to that, comparing those results to norm referencing, and giving the results to the clients. Okay, so those three things, not just doing the test, comparing to norm referencing and giving the results. I'm going to name out a few tests, and if you can tell me if you felt like you covered all three of those things as part of your PT qual. The first thing is blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you did all three?
Yeah.
Okay, height and weight.
Yeah, height and weight.
Okay, BMI.
Yeah, BMI, I remember using that in the norm reference for
Okay.
that.
Waist circumference.
Yeah, I remember doing that as well.
Okay.
Was that the hip to waist ratio? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's the next one. That's great.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
What about body composition using calipers?
Yes, I do remember using them. Not much with that one, but I do remember vaguely doing it.
Okay, and then the bioelectrical impedance.
Yeah, I remember doing that as well. Yeah.
And moving on now to the fitness tests as well. So how many of the following fitness tests can you remember covering? And again, that's actually doing the test, comparing it to norm referencing, and then actually sitting down with the client and going through the results. So the first one is the Astran bike test.
No, can't remember that one, I'll be honest.
No, that's right. The Rockport walking test.
Again, can't remember that one, I'll be honest.
No, I'd much prefer that, and that's the whole point of this.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's brilliant, Ricky. Step test.
Yeah, I remember the step test.
Cooper 12-minute run.
Yeah, remember that one.
Okay, sit and reach test.
Yeah, remember sit and reach.
Visual assessment, visual assessments.
No, I don't remember that one.
Okay. Abdominal curl test.
Yeah, remember that one.
Press-up test.
Yeah, remember the press-up test, yeah.
The estimation of the 8 to 12 rep max test.
No, I don't think I remember doing that one.
Okay, and the standing stalk and flamingo test.
The name rings a bell, but I don't remember the test.
Okay, that's fine. No problem, thank you. And last question. Do you feel that you would have benefited and felt more prepared for industry if you had more resources and information on those tests that we just mentioned?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if you maybe had some sort of like a reference to them, which again, I to be honest, it could well be that. I just haven't looked through all my books in a long time.
Yeah.
But if there isn't that, then something where you've got like a clear reference point, and then something which you could maybe turn into your own kind of thing to refer to for when you are PTing, that would be a really useful thing, I think.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, that's fab. I think that's everything.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thanks very much.